Alright guys, it's Chris here and doing my next video. I know it's been a few weeks since my last video and I'd like to apologize. It's been a little hectic, but here I am, not giving up on YouTube. Gonna finish this through and YouTube is gonna be my next source of income. So my last video, I did a video on zero-based budget. Now if you create a zero-based budget, you basically figure out how much money you have at the end of the month that you can apply towards debt, savings, and or investments. So if you're applying that money towards debt, this is a video you have to watch, because we have two methods you can use to pay off all your debt. Now if you're like me with debt, you're gonna be picking one of these two methods. If you're debt free, I would like to say congratulations. So method number one is called the Debt Snowball. And the Debt Snowball is basically for individuals who need motivation, like to see they're making progress. And basically it means you're gonna sum up all your debts from smallest to largest, and you're gonna apply all your extra money towards the debt with the smallest balance. Alright, so we have the method called the Debt Snowball. The Debt Snowball basically means that all the money you have will be applied towards the debt with the smallest balance. And as you pay off that debt with the smallest balance, you're gonna go pay off the debt with the next smallest balance, and then the next one, and so on and so forth. And basically what this does is, all your debts you're paying minimum payments versus that one that you're applying all your money towards. And as you start chomping away and going towards the second and third and the fourth debt you have, you're able to apply extra money towards each and every single one of them, which creates a snowball effect where it begins to grow as a snowball. Now we also have another method. This other method is called the Debt Avalanche. So you're going to tackle the debt with the highest interest rate and work your way down like an avalanche to the next debt with the next highest interest rate, and so on and so forth. Now both these methods are great methods. They have different components and they're great in their own individual way for different reasons. So I'm personally using the Debt Snowball. The reason why I'm using the Debt Snowball is, number one, the majority of my debts have similar interest rates, and number two, the Debt Snowball, it keeps you motivated. For a person who gets easily discouraged or easily distracted, and paying off the smaller debts allows you to cross them off your list, and then you move on to the next one, you cross that one off the list. And that's a great feeling that keeps you motivated, and it helps ensure that you follow your plan through. Versus the Debt Avalanche, it's gonna take longer to pay off the your first debt. So you're never going to have that feeling that you're making progress. It's going to take a little bit more time. But in the end of the day, you're going to pay less interest. So if you're the person who wants to spend the least amount of money on interest and become debt free, and the numbers is what matters to you, the Debt Avalanche is going to be your method. If you're the type of person who paying a little bit more on interest, it's okay, but you just want to make sure you follow through and complete the program, then the Debt Snowball is going to be your method. Now I created a spreadsheet behind me, and I'm going to show you guys the difference of one method versus the other. So I have a Bob versus Tom right behind me in the spreadsheet. Both of them are going to have 3 credit cards, limits of 500, 1,000, and 3,000, and the interest rates are going to be 5%, 10%, and 30%. And Bob is going to do the Debt Snowball, where he's going to tackle the debt with the least amount of balance first, and Tom is going to do the debt with the highest interest rate first. And you're going to see the differences. So come on guys, join me on the computer and I'll show you the differences. Alright, so here we have Bob doing the Debt Snowball, and we have Tom doing the Debt Avalanche. Both of them have their 3 cards with the same interest rate. And you're gonna see they have a $250 excess in their monthly budget they're gonna apply towards debt. On top of minimum payments. So they have $300 in total. So Bob is gonna tackle the debt with the lowest balance. Tom is gonna tackle the debt with the highest interest rate. And here is, sorry about that, guys. So here's the main difference. First off, it takes Bob 2 months to pay off his very first credit card. Versus Tom, it takes Tom 12 months to pay off the first card. Now, if you're a person who needs that motivation and likes to see the progress, this is where the Debt Snowball is going to shine. It's going to keep you motivated. It's going to show that you've taken a few steps forward and you're setting your financials on the right path. Then it takes Bob an additional 3 months, so 5 months total, to pay off the next debt, which is a $1,000 card. And then finally, it takes Bob 15 months to pay the third and final card, and now he is completely debt free. All right, let's go to Tom. It takes Tom 12 months, a year, a whole year before he's able to pay off his first credit card. A whole year. But then it takes him only additional 3 months to pay off the next 2 cards. So in total, it takes him 15 months to pay off all 3 cards, which is the exact same period of time it takes Bob to pay off all 3 cards. It takes Bob as well 15 months. But here's where this is where the Debt Avalanche shines. Since he's focusing on the debt with the highest interest rate, that's going to ensure that he pays the least amount of interest overall. So here I have the interest rate, and I have the total interest summed up. For card number 3, it's $4,950 of interest that occurred, versus card number 3 occurred $7,725. Huge difference. It's like over $2,700 difference right there. The total, there's the total interest right here. I calculated both of them. I put them right here. Tom only spent $5,168.75 on interest, while Bob, using the Debt Snowball, spent a little bit more, $7,962.50. The difference, Tom saved $2,793.75 just by using the Debt Avalanche versus the Debt Snowball in this case scenario. So here's where you see the pros and cons of each. Debt Snowball, only 2 months to show that you're making progress. That's motivation right there. Debt Avalanche took him over a year, but look how much money he's saving on interest using this method. Alright. So guys, as you can see, they're both different, and to be honest, it doesn't matter which program you choose. Just pick one program and stick with it. If you're the type of person who needs motivation and you like to see progress, you know Debt Snowball is your method. If you're the numbers type of guy, a numbers type of woman who wants to spend the least amount of money on interest, the Debt Avalanche is your method. But the main point is to pick a program and stick with it. Follow it through and complete it. No sense of picking the Debt Avalanche and you getting discouraged and quitting midway through. And if that's the case scenario, pick the Debt Snowball. Pay the extra interest, but follow it through to the very end. Become debt free. Get rid of all high interest rate consumer debt. Try to pay everything off. And if you're gonna have debt, leverage your debt towards your benefit. Have a debt towards a business, towards an investment that could make you money, but don't have high consumer debt on consumer goods that are just gonna drown you and ruin your financial future. So guys, I hope you learned. I hope I was able to show you the difference between the two methods. pick a method, become debt free, and move on to the next step of your financial future. If you like the video, like and subscribe. I appreciate you watching my video. Thank you so much, and until next time.